going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the inevitable return of zombies in COD 2023. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of articles going up over at detonated.com, and even lots of tweets going up over on Detonated's Twitter, expanding on all the covers you're seeing here on the channel, covering every single Call of Duty game mode. Detonated is a brand new outlet that I founded, which also will be focused quite a bit on zombies as the mode does make its return, supposedly here in Modern Warfare 3. As you guys probably saw on the 4th of July, when Cold War went free to play for PS Plus users, went ahead and put out a bunch of updated 2023 visual guides for every Cold War main quest, from all the round-based maps to even the Outbreak quest. It was a lot of fun doing so, and once again, Detonated has a very big passion for the zombies mode overall. Definitely expect lots of coverage over the next couple of years while the mode is in its prime again. But with that, over the last few days, I posted several videos talking about Modern Warfare 3, since the usual suspects that data mine and post early COD content have gone ahead and ripped through the alpha playtest of MW3, which was codenamed Hailstrom, and they posted lots of information about what the game will entail, stuff that we probably didn't expect, and some other surprises that hopefully stick once the game does apparently come out on November the 10th. But amongst one of the cooler findings that I know for sure is gonna be reassuring to a lot of folks out there that were doubtful about the return of zombies this fall is that they found that Project Jupiter, which is the code name for COD 2023, does indeed have an Outbreak mode, and apparently does not feature round-based whatsoever. Again, that could be subject to change because the game is in its alpha stage right now, or it's in its alpha playtest as of now, which is the build that they happen to have found. It of course could be much farther in development, but in terms of what they were able to see, they were very limited. But what they did find is direct references to Outbreak inside of Project Jupiter. So there you have it, our first actual confirmation there with proof that they posted on Twitter, which I can't show you on screen for obvious copyright reasons, that Outbreak is indeed the zombies experience coming to the brand new Call of Duty title. And I do expect over the next couple of days, even weeks, months leading up to the new COD release, more information about zombies will end up being posted, but I'm sure once we end up getting an actual reveal event for the game itself, they'll probably tease something about the zombies mode and what they're going to be doing with the mode this fall. They probably will say just a little bit and then go on and do a full-fledged reveal, probably in a separate blog post later this fall, right before the launch of the game. That's likely how they'll end up handling this. But we also have a tweet from the Ghost of Hope claiming that Treyarch is indeed going to be leading the development on this Outbreak 2.0 experience. So for those out there that were worried that another dev team was going to take a crack at zombies and might end up ruining it, it's going to be Treyarch again. But if you're like, oh, DK, what about Vanguard, right? Treyarch developed that mode, and yeah, of course they did, but it wasn't the A team or the main zombies team that worked on Vanguard. It's kind of like a B team or a C team. They usually worked on other type of experiences in Treyarch titles. They were forced to just go ahead and work on a last-minute zombies mode for Vanguard, and you guys know exactly how that turned out, but I believe that's a similar team to the one that also worked on Ranked for Vanguard and Ranked for Modern Warfare 2. So it looks like as they've been expanding the studio the last couple of months and past couple of years, they've built a much bigger team behind the scenes at Treyarch, and I think definitely building a team that is able to handle multiple projects at once. So I think you have an A team and a zombies team specifically that has been working on Black Ops 2024, whatever that zombies will entail, but they've also expanded the zombies team as well to go ahead and make projects like this Outbreak 2.0 possible for COD 2023. So I think this game will be in a much better position than Vanguard ever was, especially when it comes to the zombies. And I do have a separate video coming out later talking more about what to expect in Season 5, because Call of Duty themselves did go ahead and confirm that the reveal event for MW3 will be at some point during Season 5, or we'll hear more about it closer to the announcement of the 5th season. Could still line up with a potential August 1st live reveal event inside of Warzone, as Insider Gaming previously claimed. But what I'm hoping for is that they don't end up reverting back to round-based deeper into MW3's life cycle if for some reason Outbreak 2.0 just isn't working out for a majority of the community. I think it kind of makes sense as to why they reverted to round-based during Vanguard cycle, since Activision already knew that there wasn't going to be a zombies at all inside of Modern Warfare 2, so they wanted to leave zombies on a bit of a decent note before the end of Vanguard's life cycle, so that when zombies does come back in a few years, it's not returning with a sour taste in people's mouths to the point where everyone's like, well, look how bad Vanguard was, what could this possibly be now? And I'm not saying that Vanguard was perfect, but once they reverted back to round-based and did some really cool Easter eggs for Shinonuma Reborn and the Archon, I feel like that at least left the mode in a bit of a better spot where we were able to all acknowledge that, yeah, Treyarch was rushed in working on that zombies mode and they did the best they could with their time, but at least it ended on a pretty cool note where we had some traditional zombies on the Modern Warfare engine again. Now, I would also hate to see them revert back to round-based deep into MW3 cycle and even pull a map that's supposed to be for round-based in the next Black Ops, but release it in Modern Warfare 3 instead because of community outcry that, oh, it's not round-based, and this and that, when if anything, how we should be going into this new zombies is with some pretty reasonable expectations, right? Treyarch has had a decent amount of time to probably work on whatever this Outbreak is, and they're probably going to be borrowing a lot of elements from DMZ and what's already been done on the Modern Warfare engine. They could use things they already worked on for Vanguard and kind of bring all that over since it's on the same engine as well. I think if we look at it that way and then could remain hopeful that round-based will be even better in 2024 because they don't have to worry about making that for MW3, which is Sledgehammer's game, I think if anything, it'll be a pretty smooth sail until their next full-fledged Call of Duty, which isn't that far away now. But I think a huge question, right? Since Outbreak was found for this Project Jupiter, what does that mean about whether or not it's free to play? Is a zombies experience on disc, or is it a part of the Warzone application if it's going to be utilizing the Warzone 2.0 map that's integrated with MW3 at some point this fall? Lots of questions with how that can work, and again, those questions will be answered once the game does get revealed. But if Outbreak 2.0 is indeed free to play through the Warzone app, kind of like how DMZ is, then that does mean there's going to be another mode that is bundled with this game at launch. To justify that $60, $70 price tag, could it be a small little onslaught or survival type mode that you play on multiplayer maps or something, and then Outbreak is like the real zombies experience that actually gets updates every season, beginning with season 1 once the new Warzone map comes out? That could be a possibility unless they end up doing like a very basic survival mode, kind of like the original MW3 had, in which that was when the mode became very popular. They could do that as the third mode at launch day 1, then Outbreak Zombies can come out in season 1 at some point early December. That would be interesting, but then again, with no zombies on disc, that'll be a very interesting sell for the game itself, right? To market zombies, and Outbreak, but then to say, oh, you don't have to actually buy the game to play it though. Curious if they'll go that route this time around. But what I'm also feeling like is that DMZ support is going to end after Modern Warfare 2's life cycle also does. I really don't see DMZ getting updates if Outbreak 2.0 is a part of the Warzone application. You can argue, oh, well, why can't all modes get updates throughout 2023 or early 2024? Why can't all that just happen? Yeah, it definitely could, but I could definitely see DMZ support coming to an end and kind of leading right into Outbreak 2.0, especially if it's kind of like a zombies DMZ hybrid experience, and then that mode will get support for a year. Then when the new Black Ops comes out, you'll go back to traditional round-based, possibly some Onslaught, and then maybe another iteration of Outbreak will also come out during that cycle on the next Warzone map that Treyarch is leading. So I can definitely see just the extra Warzone mode getting 1 year of support. Right now it's DMZ, next year it's going to be Outbreak, and then the following year could be another iteration of Outbreak, who actually knows. But there's also a possibility that the Outbreak that comes out this fall, however it works, if it's free to play through Warzone, could get multiple years of support as new Warzone maps do get added in. But if it's specifically tied to MW3 and it's on disc, then I could almost only see the mode getting just 1 year of DLC. But as I talked about in yesterday's video, I'm really excited that they went ahead and confirmed that content will be transferring over from MW2 into MW3. Everything from weapons, operators, even bundles. It's unclear if it's all weapons, operators, and bundles, or just some of them from MW2. It's likely going to be all of them, and I think right there that opens up the door to a lot of cool ideas, especially for the new iteration of zombies. Being able to play as somebody like Homelander inside of the next iteration of Outbreak, that's going to be insane. But it has me wondering, right, especially for the celebrity operator bundles, are they going to have those people come into the studio to record new lines that fit zombies? Or will you just be able to play as anybody you want in zombies, but you only get voice lines for some prime characters that you'll be able to play as well? For example, if there's like a new type of squad inside of the new iteration of zombies, like a new form of Requiem or something, are those the only characters that once you play as them will have voice lines when you play Outbreak? Or will it be like Cold War where just about every operator in the game does have lines for zombies? Maybe that's how it'll work, but maybe they'll do something where all MW2 operators, or some of them, don't get zombie lines, but then some of the newer ones actually do, or some of the core ones like Task Force 141 also could. Now the last thing I'll end with is that looking at the DMZ benefit bundles that have come out over the last couple of months, I do think that it is inevitable that zombies also sees some type of packs like that in the future, as long as they don't go too far with it though, right? We already went crazy far with things with gobblegums, even a bit of elixirs. We've seen microtransactions in zombies before, and it was kind of just a situation where if you didn't have the money to spend on that currency, then you were kind of shit out of luck. You could play the game a lot for free with a chance of getting some of that content, and some people did get lucky here and there, but I would say if you weren't spending COD points, it was a little bit unfair. So if they end up doing those bundles inside of zombies, I would just hope that it's somewhat tamed to where you can't just buy a bundle and have a perkaholic. Maybe you buy a bundle and it comes with a perk or something. If you guys are like, DK, why would you even suggest that? Why would you want that in the game? I just think that that's definitely where they're leaning towards and what they're going to end up doing. I mean, if you look at DMZ so far, it is somewhat tamed, where you can't get a large backpack or a 3-plate vest or a tempered, but you can get a medium backpack and a 2-plate special vest. that's just about it. And they also don't have any content in the bundles that isn't obtainable for free in the game, either through easy looting or bartering. So they have it somewhat balanced, even though I don't think that stuff like that should exist at all. I'd rather it not be in the game, but since it is, and because it's clearly working and it's probably selling well for them, we just got to be ready for what's next, especially when it comes to the zombies experience. And let me know your best bets down below in the comments. What do you think that zombies related is going to be featured in some upcoming bundles at some point in 2023 and probably 2024? But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the inevitable return of zombies, specifically Outbreak here in MW3? What are you thinking about upcoming bundles that could be featuring some zombie benefits? And also how are you feeling about Outbreak potentially being free to play, or maybe it's not? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.